like my truth uncensored. My whole network viral. 12 and a half get you a quarterback. I got them shits flying like spirals. I like my truth uncensored.
What's good and what up? It's your brother SamAnt here at Viral Hip Hop News. Do me a favor, family, before we get started with the content. Y'all know what to do. Go up top and hit that like button. Alright, so if you're a subscriber to the podcast or the platform, you would have seen it yesterday. I dropped right here on Viral Hip Hop News a video of Wack 100, Mike Tyson getting into it over a Tupac Shakur conversation. Now, if you are aware of these two brothers right here, one, you know that Wack 100, it says some very disrespectful things about Tupac Shakur, the late, great Tupac Shakur. And you also know that Mike Tyson, former heavyweight champion of the world, the baddest motherfucker on the planet, and still somebody who could throw their hands, very close personal friends with the late, great Mike Tyson. Well, we talked about yesterday how Wack 100 dropped on his Instagram. It looked like a pill bottle. You can see that up top right now. Prescription pill bottle. Dropped below in the caption that he got into it with Mike Tyson. Some hands got thrown. Mike Tyson still has it. Didn't seem like it was any ill feelings, but he said what he said. And it seemed like he stood by his words, even though we didn't see any footage or have any audio of the situation. Well, nothing came from Mike Tyson. Everyone speculated, did it really happen? No one's seen footage. Mike Tyson dropped this morning this picture that you guys see right here on top with himself in the late, great Tupac Shakur. It looks like right before he's about to fight Bruce Seldon in 97, when unfortunately Tupac Shakur passed away that evening in Las Vegas. But if you look at the caption down below, it says, "Everybody has a plan till they get punched in the mouth." Now that's a famous, infamous quote from Mike Tyson. But then down below it says, "Ain't that right at Wack 100? Hashtag Tupac the legend. Hashtag hotboxinpodcast at hotboxinpodcast." So it does look like it went down. Mike Tyson is confirming that he had to throw hands and lay hands on this man right here, Wack 100, who is not very popular out here when it comes to social media. A lot of people do not like him. He does not care. I don't agree with everything the brother does, but one thing I do respect about him is the fact that he stands by his word. Whether you agree with that word or not, he stands by it. He sat in front of the baddest man on the planet, who he knows is friends with Tupac Shakur, and I don't know what he said, but it was something to piss off Mike Tyson. Now, I watched Mike Tyson my entire life. I watched him during the height of his career. I watched him fall, watched him go to jail, watched him come back, watched him fall again. A fan of Mike Tyson. Now, I've been hearing around that people may think this was a publicity stunt, that this was something out here to promote. Now, I do believe that Mike Tyson is a great man. I believe he's a great actor. One thing that I don't think he plays with is when it comes to real shit, I don't think it's any promoting involved. I think he really got pissed off by a man. I think that's Mike Tyson. We got to remember who this is. He used to rob old ladies and stick them up and beat their asses. This is terrible things I'm saying, but this man obviously has a couple screws loose, even though he's a decent and upstanding human being and individual in his later age. This man is a savage for real. And when it comes to real shit, and if it says something or something was said to him that he deems unacceptable, Mike Tyson's laying hands on him. And I don't give a fuck how old Mike Tyson is. I don't care how many lawsuits we may see him go throughout the years. To all professional fighters, might I add, I would never, ever want to get hit by motherfucking Mike Tyson, whether I'm ready for it or not. I don't give a fuck how big I am, how strong I am, how many times I done been to Muay Thai, Jiu-Jitsu, whatever the fuck. I don't think it's a man on God's green earth that wants to be hit in the face by Mike Tyson. So I ain't mad at Wack 100 for having them motherfucking pain meds. I'm sure he's going through it right now. And he's going to get it in the comment section. Of course, he's going to get it everywhere. But I mean, shit. Who wants to take a hit by Mike Tyson? I give it to Wack 100. I can't wait to see the Hotboxing Podcast. Hopefully they drop it on YouTube and we can see it. Because listening to it is going to be great, but we got to see exactly. I want to see Mike's eyes right before they went ahead and went to blows. So, yeah, man, y'all let me know in the comment section right now what you think of this. Mike Tyson responding to Wack 100. If you did not see or did not hear what happened between these two. At the back of this video, I dropped Oh God and I's commentary on the Uncensored Truth podcast about this very ordeal. We talked about it yesterday. For you guys listening and viewing pleasure, leave a comment in the comment section. Let me know what you think. Also, in the description box, you see links to our Twitter and IG, which you also see right there on top. And make sure you subscribe to all the movements that myself, SamAnt, CEO of Viral Hip Hop News, runs. And of course, subscribe to the Uncensored Truth podcast, the most underrated, most dangerous podcast on YouTube, iTunes, Spotify, and all major online outlets to date. Kicking ass and taking names. Got major news coming your way in regards to the audio version of the podcast. It's crossing some T's and dotting some I's. Can't wait to get that to y'all. Stay tuned Thursday evening for the next edition of the podcast, episode 170. Always trying to keep it raw, real, and uncut here at Viral Hip Hop News. Until next time, until next story, I sincerely appreciate each and every one of y'all. And I'm out of here, man. Peace.
Tyson, one of the greatest boxers of all time, one of the greatest people of all time,
Facts.
even though he got a lot of shit with him. I mean, his baggage is definitely, he's lived through his baggage, let's just put it that way. He's a legend. And who didn't expect that to happen? I mean, he's also one to notoriously not take any shit at all. I think the last time we reported on our brother Mike Tyson, he was slapping the shit out of Don King about this time last year from feeling disrespected. So at any moment, any given time, if Mike Tyson feel like slapping you or not knocking you the fuck out, he's going to. And I ain't mad at Wack 100. He took a L, and I think a lot of people will with Mike Tyson. I don't give a fuck how old Mike Tyson is.
When you think about the nature of the dispute, though, because we know that you were talking about in pre-production, Mike Tyson, Tupac, great friends at the time. This was the nature of the conversation. If we know the history of Wack 100, he's pretty much had some ill-advised things to say about Tupac, in the past. I've been following it. You've been following it as of late. And Mike is close with him. What do you think about that whole dynamic?
Well, it's crazy because the last time we spoke on Wack 100, it was about a picture that he put up on Tupac.
Yeah, you're right. I forgot about that.
So it's like, oh yeah, the two is a very sensitive topic. Now, 96 and 97, it was after the Tyson fight. Right after he got out of jail, he fought that the White Irish Bull, and then he fought, I forgot what his name was, but he fought Bruce Seldon in Vegas. The last time Tupac was alive. It was the last time he was seen alive. He died that night in Las Vegas. Obviously, too, Mike Tyson took that very personal, took that to heart, spoke about it on a number of different interviews, oftentimes getting emotional and talking about it. So he wasn't playing any games. He cared about Tupac deeply. So to hear the way Wack 100 came, the disrespect in the way he came at a close friend of his, it makes perfect sense. But you got to respect Wack 100. And even though you don't have to respect necessarily what he said, you got to respect the man by staying by his convictions, understanding that there's a potential ass whipping coming right through this. But I'm not going to fold. I'm going to say what I got to say because I mean it.
And he posted, the picture of the pain medication he has there. It's two men. He also wrote that, two men, he said dispute amongst men is just between those two men. He puts the West. That's dope. Like, me and you can get into a scrap in here or whatever, and nobody got to know about it. And nobody know. It just says what it is. And we have in the past, what I mean, coming up, we used to fight all the time. Yeah. You know what I mean? So it's just like, it made us better as men. This is what it's supposed to be. Nobody got killed. Nobody's running around, making diss videos, cussing him out, talking about his children, putting his address up.
Come on, man.
Nah, I just, he took the opportunity to say, look, I post everything else. I mean, look, this is what happened. Mike Tyson, he came at me. Now, we don't know if the footage has been captured. I think so, but we don't know. Hopefully, it will be, released, real soon. But we know Wack 100 has been one that always, like you said, stands behind his word and is not afraid to scrap. That's something that's missing. A lot of guys want to just shoot nowadays. So,
well, he's an older cat. He ain't no young bull.
Right.
He's definitely not in his 20s, definitely not in his 30s. He's an old man, and he's seen Tyson during his fucking prime. He knew what was coming. But he's also known exactly what he said about Tupac over the years. It wasn't no need to sugarcoat this in that situation. When you look a pit bull in the face, it ain't no need to try to give him a bone. You got to get fucking throw him. Yeah. And sometimes you get bit.
Right.
And that was what it was. And I appreciate that from Wack 100, even though I disagree with most of what he has to say
about Pac.
About Pac in particular.
Yeah.
I have nothing but respect for him when he can sit back and just stand by his convictions.
Right.
And don't have to sit back and eat crow because look, I meant what I said.
Definitely.
I appreciate that.
Yes, sir. But you tuned into the Uncensored Truth Podcast with your brother, Oh God, and SamAnt over there from Viral Hip Hop News. If you're listening on iTunes, Spotify, Google Play, if you enjoy the content, please go ahead and give us a 5-star rating right now. If you would just take the time out to do that, we do appreciate that. Now, SamAnt, you were telling me about some backlash that Joe Budden is receiving as of late.
Yeah, man. So obviously the Toronto Raptors in the NBA Finals get to go to State Warriors. Kawhi Leonard being the main staple and the reason and why they're sitting in the NBA Finals right now. So in the lead up to the NBA Finals, we get to build up, we get to talk in the backstory, things like that. So on the Joe Budden podcast, they were just talking about a number of topics, and one in particular was Kawhi Leonard, and his dad came up. Now, if you don't know Kawhi Leonard's history, one of the main things in knowing Kawhi Leonard, because he doesn't give out much information, he's real quiet, is his dad was murdered in 2008, January 2008, in Compton at his car wash. He was murdered, shot and killed. That got by Joe Budden today, or a couple of days ago, whenever it was. He went in. He said, guess who's a killer? Kawhi's dad. It's a fact. And this is what Joe Budden was theorized. Now, while he directly did not cite where he got his information, he explained that his pops was a shooter in 5 different publications. That's where he's seen it. He did his research and said that his dad was a banger. He said his dad is in jail for, I think, whatever. I won't get into it, I'm afraid. And the uncle is out here handling the business as Kawhi Leonard's manager. When you look at Kawhi and his game and his demeanor, don't it sound about right? And then you're happy to know that his dad was a shooter, and his uncle was a shooter. Now, the host Rory went in and looked it up and said, nah.
My truth uncensored, my whole network viral. 12 and a half get you a quarterback. I got them shits flying like spirals. I like my truth uncensored, my whole network viral. 12 and a half get you a quarterback. I got them shits flying like spirals. You're now tuned into the greatest. Motherfucker, you ain't never lie. If them people watching us like YouTube, then tell them motherfuckers like and subscribe. If the blunt stale, I still click a bell.